Gosh, you know what? We could be just in an Indiana Jones movie looking at the Petra here, the World UNESCO Heritage Site. Absolutely stunning. This, believe it or not, is a coin here. I'll prove it to you because look, it's got a denomination on the back. This is the Petra coin from CIT in beautiful high relief with that lovely rose finish to make the sandstone look of one of the world's most famous archaeological sites and indeed a UNESCO Heritage Site, the Petra. So we're going to take a good close look at this and find out what it's all about in this week's In Focus Friday. Everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for this week's In Focus Friday, where we take a good close look at something cool made of silver. And we are looking at this stunning Petra-themed coin here today from CIT, an absolutely stunning piece. But before we get into that, you'll notice we have a couple of other bits on the table. We're not looking at these today, but these form the vote for what you want to see on the channel next week, either Grand Europe or this high relief tiger. Both are stunning coins. Put your vote down in the comment section for what you want to see next time. Right now, though, we are going to be featuring this beautiful Petra coin. Now, as I said, it's from CIT, who are sponsoring today's channel, and they've very generously gifted me this coin. But I'm not here to try and sell you the coin. The coin will probably sell itself if it's something that you want to get. Then you can find links in the description to CIT's website. Now, they don't sell it directly. They are a wholesaler, so you'll have to go find it from one of the very many different numismatic dealers out there. But you can find out more information on it and all of their other releases down below. So a huge thank you and shout out to CIT. Now, enough of all of that. Let's get on with the review. Full product review, as always. We know we're getting a good CIT product when you get the really nice cardboard box with the plastic display front, the coin nestled in there with a COA around it as well. It's just really nicely presented, and I like the uniformity throughout all their products. You saw at the beginning there, the other ones that we've got are equally as good there. I always like the COAs that have their surround like this because it just gives an extra level of kind of, you know, authenticity to the whole product. It looks great is what I'm trying to say. So this is the Petra, the Cook Islands, $25, 2025, 5 ounces of 4/9 fine silver, 50 millimeters antique finish with 500 pieces of mintage, I should say, with smart minting, ultra high relief. Very, very cool indeed. Now we are going to look at the coin supplied in a really nice capsule, not going to come loose in the capsule at all or in the box. A really nicely put together piece, and you can really enjoy the high relief nature of it even through the capsule. It's really literally been carved out of the side of this coin. That's what makes it quite so special. You really are like you are standing in front of the Petra, seeing it carved out of that rock face. So very, very cool indeed. But we always go one step further here on the Backyard Bullion channel, and we are going to open the capsule, take it out of the capsule so we can see what this looks like outside of a little plastic coffin. Because honestly, I have not seen a coin yet that is not made even better by removal of the plastic. If there was somehow a way that a company could develop a coin that you can see without damaging, but with also without having plastic on top of it, that will be a multi-million pound product, let me tell you. So we are going to put some gloves on now. I would recommend, if you are going to get these coins, you don't do what I'm doing because you run the risk potentially of damaging the coins. But we are here to showcase in all its glory. So let's go. We have got Petra out, and you can see that it is literally carved out of the coin, this beautiful pattern at the top of the Petra, almost like a bite out of the silver, which is really, really cool. And then we have, of course, Petra itself. Now, Petra is one of the World UNESCO Heritage Sites in southern Jordan, I seem to think from memory. It's long been one of the most famous archaeological sites, of course made famous as well through movie history. It's been featured in, I think it was Indiana Jones, and plenty of other films along the way. It is a stunning piece of architecture, and certainly from an archaeological perspective, and I have to say I'm a closet archaeologist, I did an archaeology degree after all, it is on the bucket list of places to go and see one day. If that part of the world ever was somewhere I would be able to get to, this would be on the list. So a really, really stunning piece. And what I think sets this apart is, of course, the smart minting technology here to really recreate that look that feels like it's been carved out of the side of the mountain. I think that is sublime and really well put together. An incredibly detailed version as well. You can see all of the little details here on the pillars and the sconces in between the pillars with all of the different patterns on it and figures. Stunning. And I love the fact that they've got a really dark black finish on the doorway. It could have been elevated even further by having that even more kind of indented into the coin, but you know what? That's very small amounts of criticism being levied at what is already an incredible piece. So I think that looks fantastic. A really beautiful kind of rose sand finish, which emulates the finish, of course, that we're seeing on the Petra itself. It's just really, really well put together. And I do like the outside of it as well, which does replicate the mountainside. The only, I guess, criticism would be is that the actual mountainside, of course, isn't grey, but if you had, I think, this whole thing in that same color, that same sandstone color, it might look a little bit washed out. It might not look quite the same. So I do think this is a good design choice to have that. We've got to retain, I should say, some of the element of silver here for this particular coin. On the other side, we have King Charles III from the Cook Islands, $25. There's not a great deal more to say on this side. There are some sort of designs here with these geometrical shapes, but beyond that, it's just the energy and enthusiasm and, of course, specialness is on this side of the coin. So let's go in even closer. Let's go as far as we can without the camera jumping into blurriness. There we go. We can really see that level of smart minting detail that has been put onto this. It really does look like a little miniature version of the Petra itself. So stunning, stunning piece of art on silver. A really well put together coin indeed. Of course, there we can see down at the bottom the Petra. I'm going to really struggle with the pronunciation here. The Al-Khazneh, which I think isn't that the pink city? I don't know. I mean, at its peak, I'm reading here, it had nearly 30,000 inhabitants in the Petra. An absolutely staggering number for its time, of course, carved out of the side of the bedrock. Just beautiful. Very, very well done. The innovation, the technology, of course, you should not ignore this. It is a premium product at the end of the day, but all of those things I've just mentioned, the technology, the R&D, the conceptual design work, of course, the actual physical minting of a product like this, all contribute to the premium nature of this type of product. So if it's just cheap bullion you're after, these kind of coins are not going to be for you. But if this holds a special place in your heart or in your history, it might be a coin that you would want to add to your collection. And I think it's stunning. So a huge well done and, well, I should say thank you because, of course, they've gifted it to me. So a huge well done and thank you to CIT for sending this coin in for us to showcase. I think it looks fantastic, but I'd love to know what you would like to say about this coin and, of course, the design of it. CIT really enjoy the community feedback. They really enjoy seeing what you've got to say about a product. They are, if nothing, striving for the best products that they can possibly make, and only through community discourse can we get that. So please comment down below, let them know what you've got to say on this particular product. Otherwise, cool kids, well, there's no individual serial number, so I guess we're just going to say, wow, the Petra, that's incredible. That is your Cool Kid Club phrase for today. And otherwise, vote for next week. So we've got two choices. We've got the Grand Europe, you can get it on camera, there we go, the Grand Europe, and we've got the High Relief Tiger. Both stunning pieces. Put your vote down below. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.